This is Monday, November 25th, 2024, meeting of the Berlin Board of Assessors. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by recording. This is Kevin Pond, Chair of the Board of Assessors. Permit me to confirm all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me prior to me calling the meeting to order. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Roger Bradley?
Here.
Yeah, I know Bev's not going to be here tonight. Okay. Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Linda Barisha?
Here.
Okay. Do we have any anticipated speakers?
No.
Okay. With the quorum of the board present, I call this meeting to order at exactly 6 p.m. on Monday, November 25th, 2024. Okay. Somebody want to read the minutes of the previous meeting?
I don't have them. I only have the agenda.
Okay, so I'll read them. Skipping down. There was a motion to accept the meeting minutes of September 23rd, 2024, made by Roger, seconded by Bev. Under old business, fiscal year 26 inspections by the office staff for building permits and 24 sales are ongoing. Exemption application deadline is April 1st, 2025. Noting a deadline. What is that exemption for? For April 1st? Under old business?
That is the exemptions deadline.
For which item?
Those are exemptions that we have them every year for seniors, veterans, blinds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a senior. Okay, yeah. All right. Employee performance appraisal form completed by Board of Assessors, submitted to Kristen Rubin and D. Green. Okay. Education update, September 26th. Linda completed her DOR fall seminar. Where was that held?
Southbridge.
Southbridge. Okay. That was October 2nd and 3rd. Linda completed the MAAO conference, mapping, signing information, keeping maps current in assessor's office. The HERO Act, we talked a little bit about that last time. We put it on for further discussion for our next meeting. We'll be on the town article in May. Board of Assessors meeting minutes for September 23rd, 2024. Month-ending reports under real estate and CPA exemptions. Month-ending reports for real estate, personal property, motor vehicle, and CPA abatements. Any other necessary documents, September 2024. Real estate exemption applications, motor vehicle abatement, motor vehicle warrant and commitments, number 5. How many of those do we have in a year, Linda?
For the abatements?
Yeah, for the motor vehicle.
It's a couple of, maybe like a couple of, like 100 or more, it depends.
Okay, all right. Chapter land applications and certificates for fiscal year 26, batch 1. Okay, we are working on those. Schedule change for Joanne. We talked about that. Okay. Effective
Has-
second, yeah,
Has she started that yet?
Yes.
Is that working out all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Effective, second full week of November, okay. Building permit report for September 2024. Under correspondence, Warren Group Sales and Bureau of Local Assessment, LA 13 approved. Okay, scheduled for, our next meeting is for tonight, November 25th at 6 p.m. And then there was a motion to adjourn made by Bev at 6:21, seconded by Roger. The meeting was adjourned. And I think we went up and signed paperwork. So, anything we missed on this thing, on the minutes?
Sounds like you covered it to me. I'll make a
Okay.
motion. We accept the meeting minutes as written.
Okay, I'll second it. So, were you in favor?
Yes.
And so am I. So that takes care of that. All right, on to the agenda.
Okay, I'm gonna read the agenda and it's been quiet this time. It's like we're just preparing to get the tax files ready. The inspections for fiscal year 2026 still going as scheduled by the office staff, and also looking on the building permits, verifying sales ongoing, checking sales that happened in 2024, exemption application as they are coming. We having correspondence, whoever it's missing any items, we're calling them so they can complete their exemptions application. New business education update, not much really, nothing is going on besides us having like a finance teams meeting. I'm still working on the budget. Things that, did you see all the other information that I sent regarding the HERO Act?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see the spreadsheet. I thought that was interesting. I'm not sure what all that means though on there. If you want to try and cover a couple of years for us so we know what's happening.
The way I read it, I believe it's phased in over a few years. So it doesn't take full effect until what?
2026.
What is it? 2020?
2026.
That's when it starts, or that's when it's
That's
doesn't?
when it starts.
Okay, yeah. And then it phased in all the way to 33 or something?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first line item is assessed tax of $1,000. So someone who's disabled, a veteran, gets $1,000 off their taxes. Is that how I understand that?
Where in the second line, whoever gets the personal exemption clause 22, it's $400. That's how
Right. And what is that for? What's a
that,
clause 22?
that's the veteran.
Okay.
So
So
that
they get 1,000 and then they get 400. And then how do we come up with a net tax after exemption of 600?
that is there was a lot of other paperwork that I sent it with all these explanations. Like I sent it to different emails. This was just a grid, so we understand if we decide. By the way, this is optional. If we don't want to decide vote for it, it's optional. Every town makes their own rules when it comes to this. So basically, you see like the amount due that it's in the bottom. So every year it changes. So every year it's like increasing.
Right, by $50 a
Correct.
year. Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
okay. There's a
And
HERO Act,
yeah.
uh, there's a HERO Act fact sheet. I don't know if it's been updated or not, but it's well, you can't see it on there. I don't know if that's the only one you sent or no,
No, we
or,
sent multiple emails and there was another email last, I believe I sent 3 emails in total with different like rules and the summary of a few.
okay. Well, I'll have my assistant look back and see if I can find that.
Okay.
Now, I have a question. You have to learn, you have to know all these different, general law, 59 clause 41D and all that. Is
Mhm.
that, is that spelled out any easier or, well, that's a senior one. I picked that one, but.
Yeah, there's different clauses. I mean, I'm familiar with it because I've been working with these like couple of years, but yeah, for all of each clause has their own like criteria and guidelines that we have to follow.
Okay,
Different, most of the clauses like 22E, it's usually the vets, like they have it's more so yeah.
okay. Um, is this gonna come up between now and next spring again? I mean,
I
are we
mean,
gonna be talking about this several more times, or are we?
it's up to you if I think if you as a group want to go ahead and vote for it, that's fine. If not, that's fine. If the Board of Assessors don't agree with it and
Well,
they don't approve it, that this doesn't have to come on the next meeting or go to the town. Um, you know,
This
I'm
is,
not saying
article in May to discuss it.
at the town meeting.
Correct. If we decide to not go forward, then yeah.
Yeah, but we're not saying not go forward. We're not saying that. I just want to make sure all the items that we are talking about are in there. Because next week, if we find out they're going to change an item or a line item or whatever, I don't know whether we have to go back and vote the other one out, vote the new one in. I'm just trying not to get caught in the middle. It's not that we don't want it. Uh, um,
so in other words, is this the final version that the state voted on? The legislature voted this in, so this is the final version. There'll be no changes.
I believe so.
Okay.
all right, so between here and if we vote to accept this, does the town have to also vote to accept it?
Yeah, because it's going to be in a town article in May.
All
So
right,
they
so
to
why
So
vote.
would we,
I believe if we voted in, then it becomes an article for town meeting, and then town meeting has to approve it.
okay,
It gets our approval first, and then we put it on the warrant.
okay, all right. So I'd rather wait to have all of us here to vote. I don't think there's any rush to vote that in unless I'm not understanding it correctly.
No,
Uh,
there's no rush.
when do the warrants have to be in for a May town meeting? Do you know?
Around April.
Okay, so
April, yeah.
we still have a little time.
Yeah.
Right, so to me, I would just kind of table it Not saying we don't want it, just table it and make sure we're all on board. I don't see that there's anything else. If every other town around us is going to accept it, I don't see why we would not, as in the form it's written. But I think maybe out of respect, we'll just wait for a full board to either talk about it or vote on it. That's all.
Okay, so we will carry this for the next meeting as well,
Okay,
or in the January meeting, it's.
right. I mean, we can go to January. It's not going to hurt anything.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah, that's fine. We will include this in the January meeting, not in the December one. And then maybe if you guys have some time to read the articles and or we can sit together and we can discuss it. Let me know. I did send an email with the dates. I know it's like this week is short week, but we have time. So there's a lot of paperwork to be signed. It's the meeting minutes for October. It's month-ending report for real estate CPA exemptions, month-end reports for real estate personal property excise and CPA abatements, other necessary documents, real estate exemptions. There are 2 there to be signed. They are approved. Excise abatement and chapter land certificates. This is batch number 2. I believe last month you signed batch number 1. So the deadline for the chapter lands was it's until December, so we are still receiving them. And we also only have 1 betterment, and we send the betterment to the treasurer, to the tax collector, so she can go ahead and send the bill. And there is the betterment commitment for you to sign it. Besides this, the tax classification hearing will be December 2nd, 2024. And I am just working, trying, to work on the numbers and just get ready for the tax billing.
so do we have any idea on the rate at the current moment?
No, not yet.
Okay. And with that meeting, it looks like what, December 2nd? Do we know if we would get the tax bills out in December or not?
I am not sure. I don't know the answer.
Okay, all
Not
right,
yet. Yeah,
all right.
we're working on it as a team. So
Did we make a spot for ourselves to go in front of the Board of Selectmen?
yeah, I did do that. So yeah, I'm all set.
Okay, and do we know when that is and what time? And
I believe it's around 7.
7?
Yeah,
It's on December 2nd, 7 p.m.
correct.
So we should probably just send a reminder out to all of us that that's there.
Yeah,
Or okay,
yeah, I'll get the agenda. And then I can forward it to all of you.
okay, just so we can remember.
Yeah,
All right, yep,
okay. Correspondence, just the building permit reports for October, Warren Group sales for October. You can have those each for individually, so you can pick that up. And then next meeting will be scheduled for December 23rd. Other than this, I don't have nothing else really going on. I mean, in the office besides normal day-to-day business.
okay.
Yeah.
Do we need a meeting on the 23rd?
Mm. Yeah, it's up to you as a group. For me,
We'll leave it in there.
fine. If you guys don't want to do the December, because I know it's just like one day before you know, the holidays, and it's crazy with the, it's,
Well, I don't know if I can fit my gift from the town hall in the back of my truck, so I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a joke. Okay,
no.
is that it? Do we have anything else?
No, no, nothing. I'm just, working, just getting this through, and then
Yeah,
we'll see as we go. Any questions?
Yes,
yeah,
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
all right.
I see that Northborough just went to a single tax rate. Do you think at some time in the future that would be what we're going to do?
I believe so. After doing the reval, yes, that's what I'm aiming to have a single tax rate, because as we know, the commercial values are being they're kind of going down. So basically, yeah, on a long run, I think that would be the best option for the town.
So will that make your work a little easier as well?
Um,
Maybe.
I mean, I do this once a year. It's not,
Not too bad.
but my role would be just to, and us as a group and a board to kind of have the tax burden be kind of equal, and I believe Northborough changed last year.
They just voted on it November 18th, I saw.
I think they did it last year, not this year.
Well, that's what I read. I don't know.
Yeah, I know last year because we went in a conference and the assessor told me that they voted last November. So basically, this is going to be their second year having a single tax rate.
And that tax rate is like 14.25.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah,
Even, well, they've got a lot more commercial than we do, but
correct. Yeah, Northborough is.
uh,
I read an article and somebody said they should go back to the split level.
oh,
It was
really?
just one of those essays, you can write in and voice your opinion. And he says, I don't know if they're carrying as much weight as they should without a commercial tax rate, which I thought was kind of interesting.
And the other question I've had people ask me, because they know in other towns, they have a quarterly tax bill instead of a once,
Semi,
yeah, yeah,
semi,
yes.
semi-annual.
Is that something that would benefit the taxpayer and us, or no?
That would be something that the Board of Selectmen would decide, and of course, I believe the treasurer needs to be involved, because ultimately she would be the one that needs to send those tax bills 4 times. And of course, I do it once a year, and then if we go quarterly, I would have to prepare the file twice a year. So for me and Kathy would be extra work. But if that's going to help the town and the taxpayers, that's okay, that's fine. You do it once, you just do it after a couple of months again. There would be something, I believe we discussed this as a group on the finance team, because I'm part of that, and I'm okay with that if the majority decides that it's easier for the taxpayers to pay like lower amounts in 4 times than higher amounts twice.
Yeah.
And if the town benefits from it, having more money come in more frequently, absolutely, that would be not an issue from my side. I'm there to do, my job, and if it helps
So it's
majority,
something that's
okay.
it's something that's on the finance team's radar.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
We had a lot of changes. We just went to biweekly pay.
Payroll, yeah.
So yeah, slowly we would have to do that. I have the reval, so that's a lot of work in my plate for 2026. Once I am done with that, then we can discuss the single tax rate and going on quarterly. But now I need to focus because there's going to be a lot of changes. And they are aware of that. So basically, 2026, after 2026, after that, we can definitely start working on that. That's not a problem.
That's all I had. That's
Okay,
enough.
so we got a lot coming up. Okay. Anything else?
No, nothing.
Good. You
No.
want to make a motion, Raj, to
I'll make a motion, we end the meeting at whatever time it is.
6:24?
Okay,
So I'll second it.
and I'll say I agree.
Okay, and I agree. Okay.